You know the image? The black suit, the earpiece, the stone-cold expression behind dark sunglasses. When you think of the U.S. Secret Service, that's probably what pops into your head. But what if I told you that iconic image, well, it barely scratches the surface of what might be one of the most misunderstood organizations in the world?
You know, a member of the Secret Service said it perfectly. They said, when most people think about the Secret Service, they think about our protective mission. But that is just a small piece of what we do. And it's that other piece, the much bigger, hidden part of their job, that truly defines who they are.
So let's go beyond the black suit and really see what this agency is all about.
Okay, so the agency has just under 8,000 employees. And you'd probably assume they're all those field agents, right? The ones we see on the news. But get this, the reality is a perfect 50-50 split. Half are the special agents we all picture, but the other half? That's a whole army of scientists, analysts, and technical experts who are the real backbone of the whole operation.
And their mission? It's just as divided. On one hand, you've got the mission everyone knows, protection, guarding the president, the vice president, and other world leaders. But on the other, equally important side, is the investigation mission. And this was actually their original purpose, tackling everything from counterfeit money, which is how they started, to the super complex cybercrimes we see today. It's this dual focus that really makes the agency what it is.
So with a mission that critical, how in the world do you prepare for a job where one split-second decision could literally change the course of history? Well, the answer is, you have to train for the unthinkable.
And this is definitely not your average firing range. The Secret Service uses something called the Vertra 300. It's this totally immersive training simulator with a massive 300-degree field of view. And the goal here isn't just about teaching agents how to shoot. It's about teaching them how to make these incredibly high-stakes judgments under insane pressure.
They don't just throw agents into the deep end either. They use what they call a building block approach. They start with the basics, and then they slowly layer in these really complex, interactive scenarios. But honestly, the most important part is what happens after the simulation. They do a full debrief where the entire scenario is played back, and they analyze every single action and reaction.
And to really hammer home how serious this is, an instructor tells every single trainee, this is not a video game. This is real. This is what you'll experience. It's all about building muscle memory for your brain, not just for your trigger finger.
And if you thought that wasn't intense enough, they add this into the mix. It's called the threat fire, and it's basically a stress-inducing shock belt. No, I'm not kidding. It's used to simulate what actually happens to your body during a real threat. You know, the adrenaline dump, the tunnel vision. They want agents to feel that, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble kind of stress in a safe place so they know how to push through it when it's for real.
But protecting a nation isn't all about reacting to threats in the heat of the moment. It's also about preventing them before they even happen. And that's where we're going to pivot from the training field to the quiet, methodical world of forensic science.
So let me ask you a question. How would you solve a crime if the only piece of evidence you had was a single handwritten letter?
Well, you'd start right here at the International Ink Library. Believe it or not, it is the largest in the entire world, with over 14,000 ink samples, some dating all the way back to the 1920s. By taking a tiny little hole punch from a threatening letter, forensic scientists can figure out the ink's chemical makeup and match it to this giant database, which can help them figure out when and where that ink was made.
But they don't stop there. After the ink gets analyzed, that exact same document gets passed to a whole other team of specialists. And their job? To lift invisible fingerprints and palm prints right off the paper itself. It adds a whole other layer of evidence. It's like a 1-2 punch of forensic investigation.
And the forensic work goes way beyond paper and ink. The Ordnance Lab has a collection of some of the craziest, most creative concealed weapons you could ever imagine. I mean, we're talking about a single-shot pistol that looks exactly like a credit card, a 2-shot pistol hidden inside a cell phone, and even a cigarette lighter that's actually a gas-propelled dart gun. It's a wild peek into the kind of threats these agents have to be ready for.
Okay, so from tiny, spy-tech weapons, let's move to probably the most visible and iconic piece of the Secret Service's toolkit, the presidential fleet. The presidential limo has changed so dramatically over the years. You can see the progression here, from the '93 Cadillac Fleetwood to the 2006 DTS, and then to the absolute monster they have on the road today. Each new generation is just a massive leap forward in custom engineering and, of course, security.
And yeah, we have to talk about the Beast. What's funny is that's a nickname the media came up with. The Secret Service,
Their official name is just the Parade Limousine. A little less exciting, huh? And unlike the old ones that were just modified cars, this thing was designed and built completely from scratch. Every single piece was made for just one purpose: protection.
And you don't just get handed the keys to something like this. To get certified to drive any vehicle in the motorcade, agents have to pass this grueling 5-day protective operations driving course. That's where they learn all the high-speed maneuvers, like the J-turn, that 180-degree reverse spin, all designed to get out of a dangerous situation in a heartbeat.
So when you put it all together, it becomes pretty clear that the Secret Service is so much more than just bodyguards. It's really this incredible fusion of elite operatives, brilliant forensic scientists, and technical experts, all working together. And this all brings us to one final, really crucial question. In a world where the threats are constantly changing, shifting from physical attacks and hidden weapons to sophisticated digital warfare and financial crimes, how is this unique blend of brains and brawn going to have to adapt to protect the future?